Hey, what's up you guys, it's Connor, and today I'm here to do a BookTubeSFF Babbles topic. If you guys don't know, these Babbles topics are just different discussions about different things, science fiction and fantasy. Today we are talking about anti-heroes. Anti-heroes are characters that they do good things, but not for morally correct reasons. They're not the best people, but then they get sucked into doing the right thing, sometimes for the wrong reasons. Or they can just be straight up not good characters, but they're the ones that you follow, and so we empathize with their side of the story and we root for them anyway. I have 10 books here to show you guys, so let's just get started. First up is The Red Knight from The Red Knight by Miles Cameron. The Red Knight is the captain of a group of mercenaries, and they are hired by an abbess to protect their fortress from the wild, which is different types of mythological creatures that are attacking their home. I just really enjoyed this book when I read it. I don't know why I have not continued yet. The Red Knight and his mercenaries are super funny, and they aren't the greatest of people, but because they're interacting with a very morally upstanding abbess, they slowly over time start to change a little bit, and they start treating people better, and then they actually start caring about this fortress that they are protecting, and they do everything that they can to help this abbess out. I think that the Red Knight is a super interesting anti-hero, and I definitely recommend this one. Next up is Luffy from One Piece. Luffy wants to be the king of the pirates, which is not a very morally upstanding goal to have in mind. When he was younger, he met a pirate, and because of that pirate, he wants to be a pirate too. He steals from people, and he fights people, and he doesn't do the greatest of things, but then he always ends up helping people as well because he's not a bad guy, but he wants to be a pirate, which is a bad thing. I just really enjoy the One Piece manga series. I haven't gotten too far into it, but so far I'm really enjoying Luffy and his pirate crew. Here is some of the artwork. It's not the most detailed art in the world, but you cannot help but root for Luffy and the people that he ends up recruiting for his pirate crew. And he always ends up fighting these people and helping other people out, like this little boy here. Next up is Miriam from the Miriam Black series by Chuck Wendig. This is the first book, Blackbirds. It follows Miriam. Once she touches someone, she knows exactly when and how they're going to die, and she uses this ability to steal from people continuously. She hunts down people that she deems aren't worth keeping their money and goods, and she will be there and be present for when they die so that she can steal from their bodies, which obviously is not a very moral thing to do, but you cannot help but root for her. She has this very devastating ability which gives her really terrible visions of people being murdered, or people being hit by cars, or people taking their own lives. She sees everyone's death, so that's had a big impact on her mentally. The people that she goes after are bad people, so people that have done bad things in the past, or people that are murderers, or stuff like that. And it all changes when she touches someone who she sees that she is going to be present for their death, but she deems that they're a good person, so she knows that she's not going to be the one that helps kill them. It's a very, very interesting novel. I really love Chuck Wendig's writing. It's just very engrossing and very fast-paced. Because Miriam is so fatalistic and pessimistic, it's a very funny look on everything that's happening. I definitely enjoyed Miriam as an anti-hero. Next up is Judeo from Nine Fox Gambit by Yoon-Ha Lee. I read this book last year, and I did a book review for this if you want to know more about the world setup, because it's quite confusing. I'll leave that up in the card symbol. But it follows this girl that's a part of this one section of society, but she was so smart that she could have been in a couple of different sections, but she chose this one on purpose. The military force of this world, this society, ends up needing her to host the spirit of a dead traitor. He's done awful things in the past, but I really enjoyed seeing him interact with Cheris, who's the main character. I view Judeo as an anti-hero because you don't really know if he's nuts or not. What are his motivations? Why does he choose to do high cost alternatives when he could have done this and more people would have lived, kind of thing? What is his true end game, I guess, really? So I enjoyed him a lot, and he does good things, but he doesn't do them in the best way possible. Yeah, definitely recommend reading about Judeo because he's very interesting. Next up is Lightygami from the Death Note manga series by Sugumi Oba and Takeshi Obata. Lightygami is a young boy. He finds this thing called the Death Note, and if you write someone's name in the Death Note, they are going to die. If you don't specify anything, they just die of a heart attack. Light comes into possession of this death note and decides he wants to make a better world, and he starts killing off tons and tons and tons of criminals. Throughout the course of the novel, people are trying to find out who is doing all these killings, how they're doing them, and how to stop them. Light is trying to stay anonymous and kill off the criminals continuously. He's definitely an anti-hero because he's trying to make a better world, but he is murdering tons of people. It is a very interesting manga. It's very suspenseful because you don't know if he's gonna get caught, when he's gonna get caught, what's gonna happen if he gets caught, all of those different things, who he's gonna kill, who he's not gonna kill, you have no idea. And he teams up with a death god to accomplish all of these things. After that is Prince Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender. I love Prince Zuko. He has one of the best redemption arcs ever. He starts off as this guy who's trying to hunt down the Avatar, and then he starts to realize that the Fire Nation isn't the best place to be from, and their way of thinking is not the greatest. I just love Prince Zuko as a character. I enjoyed him in the cartoon. I'm enjoying him in the comics. He has the ability to control fire. If you guys don't know what Avatar is, I'm shocked. But there are 4 different elements that people are able to control: air, fire, earth, and water. And Prince Zuko is from the Fire Nation. He is able to control fire. And I just enjoy reading about him as a character so much. After that, I put the Six of Crows crew on here, especially Kaz. Actually, all of them. Each of them has a reason for being in this thieving, heisting group. And I think that each of them are very interesting characters. Some are more interesting than others. I think Kaz is probably one of the more interesting characters, and Nina is definitely my favorite character in their little group. But they all make their living by stealing things from other people and cheating people out of their possessions. All have different vibes to them, and so it makes the book really entertaining. This one follows them as they're trying to steal the source of a formula from these other people. It just so happens that that source of a formula is another person, and I just really enjoyed this duology. Naturally, it follows that I would have the Mistborn crew on here as well, led by Kelsier, who is the greatest. All the members of Kelsier's crew also are thieves, and they cheat people out of their money as well, so similar vibe to Six of Crows, but instead of trying to steal this formula for this other person that hired them, Kelsier and his crew decide that they want to take down the government and kill off the leader that's been controlling this world for generations and generations. Kelsier is such an interesting anti-hero because he's doing it for revenge. Like, he does not care as much about freeing this world from this evil Lord Ruler. He is doing it because he was thrown in these pits, which are basically like a prison. It's a death sentence, really, but he survives. His wife, unfortunately, did not, so he is taking revenge for his wife's death, and he wants to kill the Lord Ruler. That's his motivation. It's not to save all of these Ska who have been treated like trash. He was himself wronged by this person, and he wants to get back at him and kill him. All of the other people also have different motivations. They all think that they're gonna get some big rich cache of a rare metal that is found in this world, and that is why they're doing it. They're not doing it to save society, they're not doing it to help the world, they're doing it because they want to get money or they want to get revenge. And then as the story goes along, it changes a little bit, but that was the seed of motivation of each of these characters, and so they're definitely anti-heroes, and you guys know how much I absolutely love this book. And I wrote out notes to do a huge long review and discussion of this book, but I never did it, so hopefully this year sometime I might reread this book again and actually do that review. Second to last book is going to be Curse Words, but this one follows this wizard who is a evil wizard, and he gets sent to Earth to destroy it, but then once he's here, he decides that he likes it better on Earth than he did in his home planet. He decides that he is going to become a wizard for hire, and he wants to protect Earth. Obviously, the people that sent him are not going to love that, and so he has to continuously protect Earth from the people that sent him to Earth to keep them from destroying it. This is so funny because he is a villain, so he's not good at doing superhero slash good guy stuff. So the way that he saves people is that he shrinks them, and then he can't figure out how to make them large again, so then he kind of just hides them away, and it's just really funny, and I enjoy his talking koala. I have not read volume 2 yet. I'm not sure if it's out yet, but I definitely recommend this one because it is so humorous. And the last anti-heroes that I'm going to talk about for this video are going to be Locke Lamora and his crew from the Lives of Locke Lamora, aka the Gentleman Bastards. Locke is definitely one of my favorite anti-heroes. He's compared to a Robin Hood-like character where he steals from the rich, but he's not really Robin Hood because then he doesn't give to the poor. He just steals from the rich and then keeps all the money. And his crew just acquires more and more wealth, and then they can use that wealth to get better costumes and better props so that they can steal more. They worship this unnamed 13th god, I believe. I don't know what number it is, but it's the unnamed or the unknown. I can't remember now. But it's the god that doesn't have a name. But it's just a very interesting story, and you have no idea how it's all going to come together at the end, but then it always ends up coming together. Locke and John are like the greatest. I just love it so much. So those are all the anti-heroes I'm going to talk about in this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and comment down below some of your favorite anti-heroes. If you guys want to know more of my favorite anti-heroes, because I have a few other ones that I haven't talked about yet, let me know that down in the comments, and I will talk to you guys next time.